don't understand, okay, I repeat, if any line or any slide that you don't understand, please come back to me. Okay? Okay, give me thumbs up. All right. So this is lecture 1, which is introduction. Okay, introduction. All right. So why transport and logistics is important? Number one, because of the globalization. Okay, globalization. So what's meant by globalization? Means that you can import product from other country and you also can export your product to another country. So the market mean the potential buyer is wider and it enhance the competition. Okay, and wider availability of goods, shorter product life cycles. It's easy for you to outsourcing, find supply, new type of supply or new expert, and then it's longer shipping distance if you use the ship. Okay, and there is some transit times and there is risks, migration issues and movement of people. Second is the technology. When there is new emerging technology, so the transport and logistic activity become increase. Okay, and then the last is the consolidation and integration. Means in supply chain, when we want to export the product, so there is integration between the mode of transportation, the information, the manpower, and so on. And then we serve customer. Enlightened customer mean the customer that we serve is varies. So we need to enhance our service, especially in term of quality. Okay, in term of quality. So because logistic is intangible product, means service. So we must give a good service. Okay. Then there is different government policy and regulation at every country. So this study on transport and logistics degree will make you understand how to penetrate new market by understanding the government policy and regulation. Okay. So why transport and logistics is important? First, because transport and logistics is the central to economic growth. Okay. The economic activities rely on the availability of transport infrastructures. Okay, example, let's say we have KTM terminal, which you can loading your product inside the container. And then we have the port where you can put your container on the ship and then you export your product. Okay. So GDP is gross domestic product. Okay, gross domestic product is over here. Gross domestic product means how much we get when we sell the product produced in our country. So the transportation add the value to our product. Example, let's say we produce paddy. So that paddy is supply chain. So we add the value which is high quality paddy where we put in good warehouse. So when we put in a good warehouse, the paddy will not ruin because of the environment or because of the weather, faster and so on. Okay. What else? Okay, nation's competitiveness. When we have the transport, when we have good transport and logistic, we can enhance the country competitiveness in the global market. Okay. Why? Because we can move the goods quickly and cost effective. Okay. Alright. So we try to make Malaysia to become the regional logistic hubs. Okay. Before this, we have the Johor port. But because Johor port is inside and we have a Singapore, so the Johor port like not the best path for the ship to go through. Okay, so we need to create another hub, which is before this the government tried to make the new port at the Yan Kedah, and then now they're trying to make the land port at the Chuping. Before that, they talk about land port at Bukit Kayu Hitam. So we cannot make a port at Terengganu because of the condition of the sea, the wave. That's why we make the train, the rail train from the Kerteh go to the Klang port. From the Klang port, then we can export the product. Okay, is it make sense? Are you okay? Okay. Alright. Another why transport and logistics is important, it bridging the rural and urban areas. Okay, how? First, we can develop the small town by improve the accessibility of those in rural area to go out to the urban area. Let's say you want to go out to work, to visit your relative, you want to go to study, or you want to go to hospital. Okay. And then the goods. Goods mean the product that you produce can be marketed. Means you can sell. Okay. Either you bring your product to a rural area, to the village, or the product from the rural area go out, sell at the town. Okay, sell at the town. What else? When we have good transport and logistics, okay, let's look for the employment. The industry means the logistic industry itself provide employment opportunities, okay, such as the driver, okay, for the truck, and then the people that work at the warehouse, the people that do the packaging, and then the courier service, such as you see the JNT van, okay, Shopee Van and others. So the transport and logistic industry itself provide job opportunity. So based on the static on 2023, it said that the transport and logistic provide 4.4% of the working population in Malaysia. Okay. Same in other countries such as India, which is over okay, and UK, 2.5 million working in haulage industry, and 10.68 American work for the transportation and warehousing industry. Okay. Alright. Next, why transport and logistics is important? Because it facilitates for specialization. Example, goods that produce in one place. Example, the paddy mostly produced in Kedah. Okay. And then let's say pineapple produced in Pontian. Okay. So when we have a good transport and logistic, we allow the production and consumption of product to occur at specific location. Okay. So because some product are best produced at certain location due to the geographical or weather. Okay. So we no need to produce the pineapple at Kedah because we have good transportation system. Although we produce at Pontian, same. Grapes and durian. Okay, durian. We export durian. Okay, we export durian from Malaysia every year to all over the world. Alright, we cannot only have transport. Okay, sorry. What make transport system? Okay, we cannot have only the vehicles. If we only have the truck, it's not a system. So what make it a system? It have infrastructure. So what is infrastructure? Example, road, railway, airport, runway, port. Okay, this we call infrastructure. Bus is vehicle. Bus is vehicles. Okay, after we have the vehicles and infrastructure, we need a good services. Example, if we take bus, we need a good driver. By latest, I hear the accident of bus where got a student from the kindergarten and the 3 teachers all died. They used the bus to go visit a zoo. Okay, so we need a good bus, not just comfortable, but the driver also must be professional. Okay, example again, airport, we have prime movers. Prime movers, not the movie. Okay, but prime mover is the head carrying the container. Or we have a train that have many trips. Many trips means we have a good service. So service is about good human, and then uniformity mean the schedule, consistency. Let's say you want to go to Ipoh from Arau. Every day you know the schedule at 9 a.m. So it should be consistent lah at 9 a.m. the trip. Cannot be you go next month suddenly it become 8 a.m. So you miss the train. Alright? Okay. What else? So when we talk about logistic, we must talk separately between the movement of people and movement of goods, right? Okay, we cannot discuss together, discuss separately. So when we want to fulfill the need of people movement or the goods movement, you must consider the different, okay, the different place and the different between the social group. Sometimes the geographical condition, okay, let's say you want to talk about um, transport in Sabah, Sarawak, which is usually the geographical is the mountains, okay, compared to the lowland at the Peninsula Malaysia. And then individuals pay mean the affordability. Okay. Let's say we invest for the high-speed train, same like Japan. So of course, the cost for each of the customer will increase. So will our citizen or our people, okay, Malaysia people able to pay the LRT if the fare is increased? Okay. So we cannot only have, okay, have only is not enough, but we need to have an efficient and effective transportation system. So let's say you are a logistic company. Okay, choose one. Choose one logistic company. Okay, I choose JNT. Okay, let's say I choose JNT. So as a company, we need to bear the cost and we need also to fulfill the customer's satisfaction. Simple. Doing logistic business is simple. Okay. Before this, I do several business. I do in IT and then I try do in education, teaching. I try do in a cleaning. It's very complicated. But satisfy customer in logistic business is very easy. As long as it's arrived at the time that they want and then the product arrive in good condition, they are happy. Simple. Okay. Usually people love lowest cost possible. Of course lah, everybody want cheap thing, right? However, there is a floor price in our business. So how to make sure that we don't lose? One of thing that you can do is you have a table talk or you discuss with your competitor, you discuss with other logistic company. Okay, let's say you are logistic company A, GNT, and then you see got Flash. You go talk with a Flash. Flash, can you please remain the floor price at 10 ringgit? Because below than that, we cannot make money. Okay, business cannot go. So you must have a discussion among the players. What is the lowest price you can charge to the customer? Alright. So usually logistic business is not monopolized business. It's a very competitive business. Means many logistic business. That's it. Okay. Example of monopoly business is let's say oil and gas, we have Petronas. The electric, we have TMB. Okay. Wi-Fi, if I'm wrong, let me know, is the TM. Okay. But in logistic business, government in Malaysia lah, and I think in other most of other country are the same. We do open. Okay. Open to anybody to start up logistic business. So the problem is you want to maintain the current customer. Sometimes your service is okay already, good. But because there are many competitors, so customer willing to try new company. Okay, they're willing to switch to the new company. Okay. Alright, let's talk about efficient. Stop me at 4, okay? Alright. So efficient usually involve cost and productivity. Okay. So an efficient organization is the one which can provide a service which is at lower cost per unit. Okay. Of measurements. Tax revenue. Okay, how much you get the revenue from one parcel. And then the ton per miles. The best is if in 1 month you can bring big number. Example, let's say you have three ton lorry. You want to move from Bukit Kayu Hitam to Alor. It is better if you have 10 ton lorry which is fully loaded to move from Bukit Kayu Hitam to Alor. So you will save the cost on the fuel, on the toll, and pay the driver. If you only want to use the 3 ton lorry, so you need to use 3 lorries. So everything the cost will be triple. Okay. Same passenger per miles. Let's say you have a plane, aeroplane, AirAsia, example. Okay, you want to, the plane is from Alor Airport, go to Kuala Lumpur. And then you can only bring like 50 people. If the same journey, you can bring 100 people, you will make more money. That's why sometimes when you book a ticket, flight, suddenly they cancel the flight. They postpone the flight because the flight is not full. Okay. If only get 10 people buy the ticket flight, same with you, usually they will cancel the flight and ask you to take the next flight. Okay. So what is effective? The more, the merrier. It's about number of passengers, goods carried, the coverage of service. An effective bus company is the one which can carry more passengers than its competitor. The LRT is more effective in carrying more passenger than a bus. This is mean by effective. More is merrier. Okay, more is better. So, when you want to do business in logistics, you must understand the cost. Okay, the cost. So there is many costs, not just the logistic cost. What is logistic cost? Logistic cost is, example, the annual installment to bank of your truck, the fuel, the insurance, the road tax, the tools, the driver, the handling manpower, okay, the maintenance, okay, maintenance of the truck, okay. And then you also need to do marketing for your business, right? Okay, you need to pay for the ads in Instagram, okay. You need to send people to go out to find contract, okay. And this is manufacturing cost lah. Let's say you have the warehouse, you have the office, okay, and so on. After you decide all the costs, after you identify the cost, then you decide the profit. How much you want. Okay, all right. Okay, can I give you homework for the next class discussion? Okay, thank you. The homework for the next class discussion is based on slide 15. Okay, give me your opinion. Based on slide 15, give your opinion. Work in group, okay? Work in group. Either a pair, 2%, or trio, 3%. 4 also can. Okay? So you go back and you try to discuss. No right, no wrong. It's based on the example. Okay. Let's go to the slide 16. Aside from the how transportation is important in the supply chain and movement of people, transportation also a bit influence the person lifestyle. Okay, example, when they want to go to work, how they decide the transportation? Some people they go to work by their own car. Some people they share the car. They do the carpool. Some go by LRT, Grab, a bus, and a motorcycle and bicycle. Some only walk. And some may be used by the go with the rollerblade, skateboard. Okay. So they decide what transportation they use based on their lifestyle, personality, not based on their pocket money. Okay, not based on their pocket money. All right. And then growth of suburban area. Okay, some country, like developed country, they urge people, they recommend people to use the public transport. Okay. although they know that the group of people have lots of saving, but they will try to create awareness that using public transport is good to reduce congestion, it's good to reduce the pollution, it's good when you can use the money to other things like health, gym, and so on. Okay. Next is tourism industry. Tourism industry. Okay. Let's say at the Langkawi. Okay, later you go visit Langkawi lah. Okay. So you go look at Langkawi. What is the transportation for tourism at Langkawi? Okay, can you help me? Type in the chat box.
Ferry.
Sikit saya. Ferry. Okay. Let's type in the chat box. Ferry. Okay. Ferry. What else? Okay, again, my question is, what transportation you can find at Langkawi Island that support the tourism activity? Okay, good. Aeroplane. You can go from Kuala Lumpur, Penang to Langkawi by plane. Yes, got e-hailing there. Instead of you rent car for 3-4 days, you can use Grab. What else? Sarah? Boats. Yeah, we have boats to go to another island. We have motorbike rentals. Yes, very cheap one with the helmet. Bus. Yes, they got bus. Airplane. Yes, you can rent van. They have cable car. A train. Where is a train? At the Langkawi Island. I never see yet. Later let me know, Faris. Yes, they have taxis. What else? One scene. Ain. Alia. Yes. Yes, we have cruise. But I don't know. The cruise. Cruise that I know is at Penang. At Penang. I always see the cruise at the Padang Kota. I think they go to Langkawi, but I don't know where is the port for the cruise. Yes, we have jet ski. It's very expensive. I think 300 ringgit sometime. Yes, we have boat, bus, cars for rental, yacht. Yes, I see yacht also. You can rent it to celebrate your birthday, go for fishing. Yes, they have bicycle rental, scooter rental. Okay. What else? The cable car. Okay. Cable car. Then maybe have a banana boat. And they also have motorcycle for rent, like the big bike one. Okay, and so on. Alright. So all that support the tourism industry. Okay, thank you very much. Alright. So we must understand what derive demand. What is demand? Demand is what people want lah. So what derive demand of transportation means what factors make people want to use the transportation. Okay, transport is a mean to an end. Means that this is industry that will never stop. People will always want to move from one location to another location. Okay, they want to go to moon, they want to go to Mary, okay, they want to go everywhere. And then demand of other things indirectly have created demand for transport. Let's say we want to buy product that produced at China. So we go to China. So how we want to bring back the product from China? Sometimes you want to eat apple from Fuji. So how you want to bring apple fresh from Fuji? Come here. Okay. So let's say you want to go to Aman Central. You will always find Grab car or you will rent car. Okay. Alright. So there is always demand for transport. Of course, transport cannot be stored because it is intangible product. So when we cannot store, okay, let's say we produce sugar. If we produce sugar, we can, if nobody buy the sugar, we can store the sugar in warehouse and sell it next month. But in logistic business cannot. Once the bus move and half of the bus is empty means you already lost. Okay, you don't make money. Okay, but if you sell sugar, next month you still can make money. Alright. So it's important. Is it so when you do transport service, it is important for you to understand the fluctuating demand. Okay, what is fluctuating? Go up and down, go up and down, go up and down. That's fluctuating demand. Okay. So usually, give me example. When usually got higher demand. Okay, can you tell me? Please type in the chat box. Good. Can you please change your ID to name? I want to say your name. Holiday. See you. Yi Sun. Holiday. Early month. Yeah, when you got your salary, people go everywhere. Okay. School holiday. Yes, your kid want to go have fun. Last week. Easter. Okay. Yeah, New Year. People go to have fun. Celebrate your hard work for the whole year. Okay. Good, good. Sometime the demand happen because of some tragedy, such as the COVID, right? When the COVID happened, so people cannot go out to find food or groceries. So more demand for the goods delivery, food delivery. Okay, all right. So when we want to classify, at first, easy, we classify, is it the transport to carry human or to carry the freight? Is it? So what is the basic type of transport? Okay, motorized, and non-motorized transport. So motorized transport is transport that use engine. Okay, use engine. Anything that use engine, the combustion between the fuel and the air. Okay. Non-motorized transport is transport that don't have engine, such as you use bicycle, uh, you use horse, cow, okay, anything that don't use engine. Simple. Okay, and then there is private transport. Private transport is your own transport lah. Public transport is transport that owned by the government. Owned by the government. Alright. So there is many modes, which is road. Road means anything that move on the road. Okay, it can be your personal private transportation such as car, motorcycle, bicycles. Can be for fleet. Can be fleet. F-L-E-E-T. Fleet transport means you use for business such as lorry, truck, bus. Okay. When we say truck, got several type of trucks. Okay. Even my car also truck. 4x4 pickup trucks. Okay. And then we have rails. Rails, KTM, monorail, LRT. We have air, plane, helicopter, jet, balloon. And then we have water. We have ferry, ro-ro, ship, kayak. Okay, then we have pipelines. Pipelines used for oil, water, chemical stuff. If you aware, we have pipeline, right, at the main entrance of UUM. Okay, tell me, what is the color of the pipeline in front of the UUM entrance? Anybody? Good. Wow, you very good observant. Okay, blue. Yes, it's blue. Means water. Okay, inside there got water. Very good. Very good. So, there is difference between transport, logistic, and supply chain. Okay, there is many definition made by different people. But for me, let's go like this lah. Supply chain is the bigger one. Logistic is inside the supply chain and transport is inside the logistic. Like that. So transport is something that used to move the human or freight. Anything that move, okay? Tanker, aeroplane, vessel, okay, anything. We call as transport. So logistic is the process. It's the process of the movement. Let's say you want to move one food from point A to point B. You need what? You need transport, you need warehouse, you need to do procurement, you need to do the customer service, tell your customer or the product is arrived. Okay, so all that we call logistic. So what is logistic management? Okay, logistic is the part right, like transport, warehouse. Okay, so logistic management is how we management the logistic thing. That's logistic management. Let's say we have warehouse. So how we want to manage the warehouse? That's part of the logistic management. Okay. So actually the word logistic start from the army. Where in the war. Okay. So they have to bring not just gun and so on, food. Okay. So that's where we start logistic things. Okay, logistic management has many names. Let's what I say, right? Sometimes you will get confused. Why John say logistic management is like this, like this, like this? Sometimes you find industrial logistic is described like this, like this, like this. Okay, yes, there are many definitions based on who speak, who write, and from which industry. Okay, later on when you go to work, you hear something different from what you know or your opinion, you just try to respect. Okay, try to respect the difference. So for the Council of Logistic Management, okay, what is the definition? Logistic is that part of the supply chain process that plans, implements, and control the efficient, effective forward and reverse flow and storage of goods, service, and related information between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet the customer requirement. Okay, so logistic is part of the supply chain process. Okay, where we plans, implements, and control the efficient, effective. Okay. So logistic, the main, okay, got many more. The main is about the material flow, the movement of the freight, and the second is the information flow. Okay, information. The logistic company can trace where is our product now. Okay, where is our driver now? Is it the truck is in good condition? Is it the product is still good inside, not leaking and so on? Okay. Is it the number of product is still same when we at the point A until the point B? Any missing or not? Okay, that's information. Okay. So yes, the material flow is easy from the manufacturing go to the customer. Okay, but the information is like forward and backward, forward and backward, forward and backward. Okay, means all input from every stage must be used as input to create a new decision for better operation. Okay. Okay. So this is a theory lah. This is a theory. Okay, just we take this theory for learning. Logistic come from the materials management and physical distribution. Okay, and then this is the subtopic under those material management and physical distribution, which is we have the demand forecasting, okay, demand forecasting, purchasing, requirements planning, production planning, manufacturing inventory, warehousing, materials handling, industrial packaging, finished goods inventory, distribution planning, order processing, transportation, and customer service. All these things is under logistic. All these things is under logistic. Okay. Take this one lah. Logistic is part of supply chain. So, what is supply chain management? So, supply chain management is the planning and management of all activities involved in sourcing and procurement, conversion, and all logistic management activities. Means this is logistic. When we add about sourcing, we add procurement, we add the conversion. Okay, how to convert from product, from raw material become product and so on. Plus the logistic management activities, it becomes the supply chain management. Okay. Supply chain management also includes the coordination. Coordinate. Who, which company, which truck company will deliver the product? Which shipping company will export the product? When we will do the custom clearance? Who is the person in charge of the company that will receive this product? That's we call coordination. Okay. Collaboration with channel partners. Okay. Later you will see 3PL, 4PL. When we do logistic business, we no need to have everything. What we need is we able to give everything. Let's say the customer need cool, C-O-L-D, cool, a container, but you don't have. But it's okay, you have partners that have the cool container. So you take the job, but don't tell the customer lah that truck is not yours. Okay, but you sub the business to your partners. Okay, so the collaboration is important. It can be the suppliers, the intermediaries, the third-party service providers, and also the customer. Okay. So in essence, supply chain management integrates supply and demand management within and across the company. Okay, so when we discuss about what is logistic and supply chain management, there is different view, okay, different opinion. You can choose any that you want to hold, but you must know the others' opinion so that you can consider their opinion. Okay. Okay. This is just one example, which is in 2004, the Council of Logistics Management changed its names to the Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, CSCMP, to reflect what was perceived as the broader nature of the field. Okay, to make it broader, because supply chain is broader than the logistic. Okay, so what the council said about the supply chain? They said supply chain management encompasses the planning and management of all activities involved in sourcing and procurement, conversion, and all logistic management activities. Importantly, It is also includes coordination and collaboration with channel partners, which can be suppliers, intermediaries, third-party service providers, and customer. In essence, supply chain management integrates supply and demand management within and across company. Okay. So again, what make a transport system is the vehicles. Okay. The way is like the road. Okay, I call it infrastructure actually. Okay. The terminal is part of the infrastructure, and the motive power. Okay, the motive, I think it's not motive, is the manpower, is the manpower. Okay, is the operation. It's the operation. Okay. Okay, let's look anything new. So the terminal for the terminal, okay, terminal for the ship is port, terminal for the airplane is airport. Okay. So let's talk about terminals. Okay. Terminals have three main functions. First, to allow the access to the vehicles lah. Let's say you want to use the airplane, you want to use a plane, of course you go to the airport. Okay. To permit easy interchange between vehicles operating on different routes and between different modes of transport. Okay. Let's say Penang Central. Okay, Penang Central. So it got many modes of transportation, right? Got the KTM, got the local bus, got the express bus, got the boat. Okay, I think later we got the ferry, and then okay. So let's say you want to go to the island. So from the Arau, you take the ETS or you take the KTM commuter, you go to the Penang Central. From the Penang Central, you go down, you depart, you arrive, and then you go take the boat, the ship, you go to the Penang Island. That means by interchange between the different modes. Okay? Alright. Alright, sometimes it's to facilitate consolidation of traffics, grouping together passengers or freight consignment into a larger unit for onward movement. Onward movement means, okay, let's say we have Penang Port. Okay, we have Penang Port. So all the product from the north we go to the Penang Port. Okay. We grouping them at that place. And then from the Penang Port, we will distribute where the container want to go, where the product want to go. Okay. Propulsion. Okay, propulsion. You know why they put motive? Power. Okay, different transport use different power. Some transport use the diesel. Some transport use the electric, use the steam engine, okay, use the magnetic force, use the cable, okay. Means what move the transport? What move the transport? Okay. And then the routing, route, route. I mean, how to say it? ROUTE. Route. Okay. Route is a way path a vehicle takes from one point to one point. Simple, let's say the route A from Alustar to UUM. You can go through Jitra, or you can take the highway. This is route A and route B lah. So you have choice. Okay, you have choices. You can choose. And then scheduling is very important for public transport or any business in logistics. Let's say you have bus from Changlun to Kuala Lumpur one day, maybe 2 times, morning and evening. Okay, so technologies help to improve the routing and scheduling, communication, and also monitoring purpose. Okay, so what you do? Let's say you want to book the plane, AirAsia, Mas, Malindo. You on the apps, look at the schedule, and then you communicate. Let's say you want to ask the customer service about you want to bring more luggage. Okay, and then you want to monitor, is it the flight on schedule and so on. Okay, and sometimes you also monitor your product, right, that you buy from the Shopee. Okay, what else? So accessibility, able to reach the service provided to reach the destination. That is accessibility. Service provided. Okay. Let's say your product is very fragile. Let's say you bring PC set, the personal computer set. So how the logistic company take care of your PC? Okay, so that when the customer receive, it is in good condition. Okay. Another accessibility is about link a place to another. Okay. Let's say at RT station. Okay, you say, I want to go to Klang. Is there any commuter station at Klang? Yes, got. So you can access the Klang by computer. That means accessibility. And then accessibility also talk about more people can access the transport service. Okay. If only small number of people can access the transport service, we don't call it accessible. Many people should able to use the transport service. Even each person, okay, old people or people with disability can use the public transport. That we call accessibility. Example, we have low floors or ramp system for people that use the wheelchair. Example also in UUM. Okay, we have a van. Okay, to take the student with physical disability. Okay, disability doesn't mean they are weak. Nobody perfect. but the imperfect can be C. Okay. Next is the spaces in trains or for wheelchair, prams and bikes are being increased, and doors and grab rails painted yellow to assist people to enter and ride safely and securely. Okay. So this is example of bridge. So is it bridge a transport? My question is, last before we end the class, is a is bridge a transport? Correct. It's no. Okay, it's not a transport. It's not a transport. It's an infrastructure. Okay. So is it safe or not? You see this bridge. Is it safe or not? Is it safe? No. Okay. When it's not safe, is it accessible? It's not accessible. Okay. The accessibility is high when it's safe. When it's safe. Okay. It's safe. Everybody can use. This we call accessibility. See, okay. Other people with vision impairment, audio system, okay. We help people, means anybody can use, then we call accessible. Guide dog, okay, we have guide dog. So, last 3 slide, please stay with me. What is mobility? Mobility means the ability of people to move or freight to move from one point to another point. Okay. So affordability means you can pay. You can pay the transport service. That's mean by affordability. All right. So aside from you provide, government provide, and then government provide an effective and efficient transport system, even the accessibility is very good, but the last but not least, because it is always a business, so we must talk about the affordability. Our people want willing to pay or not. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's the last slide for today, which cover the chapter 1. Cover the chapter 1. Next class, we will talk about chapter 2, which is transport regulations and public policy. Okay, so that's all for today. Any question before I end the class? Yes, the slide will be in OL. I will put everything, the slide in OL. Any more question? For those that don't have anything to ask me, no question for now, you may leave the Webex session. Thank you very much for your time. See you next week.
Thank you, Doctor.
You want to scan?
Thank you, Doctor.
Most welcome. Let me view the attendance.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.
Madam, the homework that you asked us to discuss in group, next week we present it to you, or
I will provide a submission folder for you to submit.
in OL?
Yes, in OL.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yishwan. Okay, please scan the QR code. Okay, everybody who haven't scanned yet, please scan the QR code. Okay, thank you, Darishi. Anybody else? I will end this session in 5 minutes. Okay, thank you.